So, so last class we have seen buffer concept, and now in this session we will see more in detail about the buffer action mode. So, but before explaining you about the buffer, today we will discuss something about the concept of synchronization. So let us understand what is the synchronization, why the synchronization is used in the Tosca, and how can we achieve that? What are the different types of synchronization is? We will see in today's class. So basically, when I talk something about the synchronization, so first of all, what is the synchronization? What is the synchro? So people will say that it is not in sync. People, please be in sync with others. So why the people talk in that kind of meaning? So basically, to have a proper understanding, right? To have a proper communication between the two objects. Now, why we are going to discuss the concept of synchronization is what are the two objects that we are having currently in front of us. So that is one of them is Tosca application, another one is demo web shop application, right? Now we are automating the demo web shop through the Tosca automation tool. So when we are having these two objects and automating these two things should be in synchro with each other. Means they should have a proper understanding and communication between them. So then only the automation or whatever you are trying to do, right? Whatever you are trying to do will be happening properly. But if there is any miscommunication or no, I mean improper understanding between that, I mean if there is no proper synchro between two objects, then automatically the functionality whatever you are trying to develop or execute will not be working. So few of the instances where the in synchro will be failing in your application, right? I mean few of the I mean what I'm saying, in your application is too fast. Okay, what I mean to say, Tosca point of view, Tosca is just an automation tool. It doesn't have any brain. It will just do whatever you ask to do it, right? And it will continuously to do step by step whatever you have asked. So it is only dependent on you, how you are building your test cases. So if the application, I mean, demo webshop is not responding properly, sometimes what happens? I go back to the demo webshop. If you're having network issue or bandwidth issue or internet connectivity issue, and the application is too slow. So what will happen if you open the application as well? So it will buffer, right? It will keep on buffering. If the application is keep on buffering, you open the application. Tosca does not know whether the application is buffering or not. It will just simply directly go and try to perform the actions, right? But the control is not able to find in the application. So what? So what will happen? Your test cases will start getting failed. So there might be a lot of issues with the synchro. Okay, got it?
Yeah, got it.
Mm. So tomorrow or day after tomorrow, your Tosca might be too slow because you have used your system like anything and you have installed another applications. For example, your Tosca has become so slow, then your application is fast. And um because of Tosca slow and Tosca is performing very slowly, and what will happen? Both are not in the synchronization. So both should be in the same speed. So then only then will be, I mean, they will be able to achieve whatever we have asked. So if there one of them is fast and one of them is slow, there would be no proper synchro between two objects under test cases. So here this will, I mean, if you execute these test cases, this will get start fail. So in order to overcome all these issues, we will be using the concept of synchro. So let us understand what is synchro in Tosca. So by using the external time, as I told you before, we will be using some external time. So what we are asking to Tosca is by giving some external time, we are saying to Tosca that please wait for some time until the application loads properly. because see, please wait for this time, then only you can click on this, right? So please for this time. So this is the input that we are going to give to Tosca. So when we are going to work on the synchro. Now this is the meaning of synchro and we will see why we lecture the synchro. Okay. See, how many types of synchro we have is, in order to achieve the concept of synchro, I will be using the action mode wait on. So first of all, before using that, how many type of wait are there? I mean, types of synchronization can be achieved is two concepts we have. One is static wait and dynamic wait. See, these two concepts we have, by seeing the names itself, it is very easy for us to understand. What is static means? It is predefined, which is a fix. So, which is a static values. So, what is this dynamic? It means which keeps on changing. There is no particular limit that it should be there only for this moment of time. So you can achieve the concept of synchro with this both static weight and dynamic weight. So first of all, let us understand what is about the static weight. In order to achieve about the static weight, we have a standard module called T box weight, right? So there is a T box weight. Okay, this is a static weight, and we have a standard module called T-box weight. In order to achieve the concept of synchro, in that we have two methods called either a static weight or either, the dynamic weight. If you go for a static weight, how to use that? You have a standard model called T-box weight. So first of all, before showing you how to make, how did this happen and execute the same test case and what we have done. I will execute the same test case and tell me what is the issue with this synchro. So there is a completely successfully executed and it got pass. So you have all the results, everything. Now, again, I will open the demo web shop. See what happened when I opened the demo web shop. Is delete logout? Is that logout?
No.
Yeah. Actually, in our test case, logout is there. But
Yes.
logout is there. But after verifying, okay, after verifying the success message, we have clicked on logout. Means it went and clicked on logout, right? But why did not it logged off properly? Means you have not given proper time to log out. Because from Tosca point of view, it will just execute whatever inputs you have given. So it will directly click on this logout. After complete this logout, immediately it will go and close the browser. So application has not got the proper time to log out because the next step is what? So close browser, right? So it's
Yes.
close. So that is the issue. We can do with the help of static wait. So by using some external wait time. So for static wait, I have a standard module called tbox wait, right? So just go to your test case, just right click, such an add step, tbox wait, click on it. To add anything new module, I mean into your test case, it will be automatically coming and sitting at the bottom, right? So it will be after tbox wait should be there after logout. Okay. So just drag and drop and simply put in after logout. After click on logout, Tosca should wait for some time. And this is standard model. And asking how much duration, okay, how much duration it wants to wait. So please remember it should be always in the form of milliseconds. Maybe, so for example, you are asking for 3 seconds. So you should not give three, you should give 3000. Okay, you should always give the input in the form of milliseconds. 1 second equals to 1000 seconds, I mean 1000 milliseconds, right? And 3 seconds equals to 3000 milliseconds. Okay, and not action mode. It is input and data type numeric, or you can put also string also, no issue. And execute this test case in scratch book. I'm going to close this window. It is going to be what happened? It is successfully done. I'm now opening a demo workshop. Let's say it is logout or not. What happened? There is no ID, right?
Yes, got it.
So it is up to your convenience and based upon the situation. Okay. And for example, you give 5 seconds in T-box wait, but Tosca find out the control in 1 second, but remaining 4 seconds are saved. Is that saved? If you give 5 seconds in T-box wait, but Tosca find out in 1 second, and remaining 4 seconds are saved or not in T-box wait when you use the static wait? Obviously, no. Whenever you use the standard module T-box wait, Tosca will blindly wait for that much of time. If you give 10 seconds, if you give 20 seconds, 30 seconds, it will wait the entire time what you have mentioned. Because of this, we can get one disadvantage. So, for example, 100 test cases in your project. You mentioned the concept of synchro in your test cases. Okay. I mean, you used T-box wait as 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. You kept and mentioned seconds depends upon the situation. And then you executed it and it will pass. But ultimately, what is your execution time? If you have 100 test cases, one test case increase 3 seconds. Okay. So 100 into 3, what is the result? 300 seconds, right? Execution time is increased. So 300 seconds means what? 5 minutes of time. Again, increase, right? For example, in every test case, 10 seconds waste. Okay. So 100 into 10, 1000 seconds, almost 15 seconds. So they just only your execution time is taking 15 to 20 minutes more. You complete the test and the functionality, they will remain a constant, but just simply the execution time is getting increased. So is it a best practice? No. So just using the T box weight, I mean, what I'm questioning is using the T box weight, which is a static module or a standard module or static weight, is it a best practice to you? The answer is no. It is not a best practice to you. Then what is the other way? Then there comes the concept of action mode weight. So this is called dynamic weight and it can be achieved by using action mode weight on. Okay. So whenever I use action mode weight on, it simply determines that I'm doing the synchro only. I mean, not required to use a static weight. So simply I just need to use action mode weight on. So how do I use this action mode weight on? Just if you open, see, if you open the URL test case, so I'll give an example. If I pick this demo web shop, I can't this register. Okay. I'm unable to say register due to some network issue or system issue or application and application is not loading fast. But Tosca wants to click on this register, but it's not there. So in that situation, my test case will fail, right? If it is not there, if it is not, I mean, still Tosca, I mean, still demo web shop is loading or buffering, then what happened? Register is not, control is not there. Then Tosca wants to click on register, but it's not there. So in that situation, my test case will get failed. If I use static weight, then it works, but it is not a best practice. So dynamic weight will be used in this situation. If I use dynamic weight, then we should use action mode weight on. Then how do we use this? So what we are talking about action mode, right? It means how do we perform multiple actions on a single control? And how do we perform multiple actions on a single control? By using cardinality, right? Just go to register, jump to module attribute. There is a properties called cardinality. Just increase the cardinality n. So come to your test case. Okay, there is a register, right? So just what I'm giving here, there is a property called visible. Visible equals to true. Okay, and I'm going to give action mode wait on. Okay, data type string. So and then register click. This is another one. So now I'm performing multiple actions on one control. So what are those? There is a wait on one action and another action is input. So register, this is a register control. I'm performing two actions. So now what happened? It will open URL and I told wait for some time to Tosca. Please wait on this register control until unless it is visible to you. I can't wait for 2 hours, right? There should be limited time. So what is the default time that Tosca will wait when you use the action mode wait on? This is one interview question. What is the default time that Tosca will wait when you use the action mode wait on? When you use the action mode wait on, what was the default for maximum time that Tosca will wait when you use this action mode wait on? So the default time is if you get some problem like power cut for a whole day, there is no network and application I'm open, but controls not loaded. Then how much time it will wait, right? So the default time is in the settings. Just go to project. There is a settings. So click on settings and you can see one option is there, T box. Okay. If you click on that, another option is synchronization. Okay. See, synchronization. So while coming to synchronization, synchronization timer during wait on, it is in the form of milliseconds. Okay. 20,000 means what? 20 seconds. Okay. What is the default time that Tosca will wait when you use action mode wait on? 20 seconds. This is the default time that Tosca will wait when you use the action mode wait on. I'm showing once again. Just go to project settings. There is a T box option. Under that, synchronization. And this is 20,000. 20,000 means 20 seconds. So when you use action mode wait on, max to max 20 seconds will wait. In case if the control is found in the fifth second, okay, Tosca took, 3 seconds or 5 seconds to find register control. What about remaining 15 seconds? If register control finds in 5 seconds, the remaining time, it will not wait. So that is the advantage in dynamic wait. If your control is found in just 5 seconds, the next remaining 15 seconds will not be wasted. Tosca will move to the next step. So if you give a static wait, so 10 seconds, 20 seconds, if you give a static wait by using standard module T box wait, it will wait the specific time. The entire time it will wait. If you use it, action mode wait on, so dynamic wait, it will wait until the control is loaded. The next remaining will not be wait and move to the next step. So better to use a dynamic wait more than static wait because you can save the time during execution. So always the best practice is to use only the dynamic wait, which is the action mode wait on. Okay. For example, so there is a registration, registered details, right? And here can't able to see controls. First name, what is that? Just go to jump to module attribute, increase the cardinality 0 to n. Okay, increase cardinality for first name and do the same thing last name also. Okay, and for email also. Go back to your test case. Here there is a registration details. Okay, so first name, just copy this equation. Here there is a property called visible and delete it. True. Just put the action mode, wait on. Okay. And here, whatever I have pasted, right? I'm pasting here. Copy and pasted the equation. So next, do the same thing with last name also. Just copy that equation. Here there is a property called visible and give a true and give action mode, wait on. Here, paste it. And for email also, copy property called visible. Just true, give it a action mode, wait on. Here, paste it. Okay. So let's say you entered first name, last name, email, random data, right? But you don't know what is that. Are you able to store the values here? What? So first name, I will give visible property and equation here also, here also. But you are able to store the values? No, right? I want to store the value. I told you the buffer concept, right? What is the definition of buffer concept? What is a buffer? It is a temporary storage which will store the values and can be reused at later point of time. Correct? So here, for example, uh, there is a login test case that I'm doing here, and I want email and password, right? I have to give registered email and password. So every time it gives new email ID, but I want to store it every time. So whatever it generates, I am going to store the value and reuse it with the help of a buffer. Okay. So here, first name. So first name, what I'm giving here, just I'll give a buffer name, if underscore name. Okay. Give an action mode buffer. I want to store the value, right? Whatever they generate the random text. So just give the buffer. See what I'm saying to Tosca. First name, it is a variable. So please wait for some time and give some input and then store the input value which is given and store it in the name of f underscore name variable. And please do the same thing with last name. Whatever you have, you can give full name, last name, FULLNAME, whatever. It is up to your convenience. Okay. And just give a action mode buffer. And with email also. So here, what I'm saying to Tosca, wait for some time. Whatever you have given input, right, to store the value, store the input value which is given and store it in the name of this variable, f underscore name, l underscore name, email ID. So, and here, password. Password reused it if you see this, right? And how is your test case? So now you have enhanced your test case with the help of different action modes like input, buffer, wait on. Now I will tell you the difference between the execution. Okay. In previous test cases, I don't use action mode wait on. Correct? Right? So test case, whatever say, if I run this test case and execute it, let us see the execution time. It duration it is. What happened? There is no difference because I use this action mode wait on because you don't have any issue in your application right now. It is a dynamic wait. That's why it will not wait for specific time. So what is your advantage? Just I'm going to give Okay. So there is advantage. If you're finding a control in the first second, the next 90 seconds will not be waited. The Tosca will be directly jumping on the next step. Okay. Is it clear? Static wait and dynamic wait.
Yes, clear.
Yeah. So static wait used it, but in one place, or you have less test cases, very less test cases. Okay, that time only you can use static wait. I mean standard model T-box wait, but don't use in that case when you have a very huge test cases because it will take more time for execution and might be chances to hang your system or stuck somewhere or block your system. So what are the best practices that you have followed? And how much do you use execution time? So I have told you to store the values in buffer, right? So where did I store all these things? In buffer only. So there is a something called buffer. I mean, just go to your tools option. There is a buffer viewer. Okay. You will able to see that. See, first, I mean, F underscore name, there is a buffer value. L underscore name, buffer value. Email ID, password, name, what we have created right here. So all you will able to see that. So if this show underscore, this is another thing. Okay, whatever we have created in this Tosca, right? That all buffers will showed in this. I mean, in only it is not like that. If you create a workspace like one Tosca batch one, Tosca batch two, Tosca batch one got separate buffer viewer, Tosca batch two, I mean, got separate buffer viewer. So it is not like that whatever you have created in batch 1 batch 2 batch 3 workspaces like so in that so I mean they collect all buffers and it will I mean it showed it here only. Okay, it will act only one buffer here. It will not act with different buffer here with the different projects. Okay, and if you take two, so you can see here there is a ping auto hide. Okay, so if you click on that you can see every time. If you take to cursor, just to take to cursor on buffer where you can able to see and then auto hide. Okay. Just see. Just take to cursor. It will show you. And if you drag on somewhere, then what happen? If you take the cursor to somewhere, then it will hide again. Is it clear, guys? The concept of synchro and how do we achieve this? What are the types of synchro? Static weight, dynamic weight. Okay, very important concept in interview purpose.
Yeah, for static weight,
Okay,
what variable we use?
variable means see static weight it is a standard module, right? Already we have used this, so just we give a time. There is no variable, and here if you want to use a variable trait, you should give action mode wait on like this. See, we call this f underscore name. There is a variable, and we use buffer. We call it this is f underscore name variable. Okay. If
Okay,
you
clear.
use static weight, if you use a static weight means there is a standard module and this is three box weight. If you use dynamic weight, okay, and you should use dynamic, I mean action mode wait on. Okay. So if your colleague, I'm coming and I'm asking you which weight you are using, then you should not say like standard module T box weight or action mode wait on. You should say static weight, I'm not using that. Dynamic weight. Okay. So I'm the person I understood. Okay, static weight means this is the person who takes standard model T box weight. Okay. And if you use dynamic weight, I will think, okay, in this test case, in his scenario, I mean he using weight on action mode. That I will understood that. Okay. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So in next class, we will see, still there are action modes are there. Select and constraint. Okay, we will see in next session. And this is working on the tables only. And we'll see like what is a table? How do we scan the table? How do we automate the table through the application? How do we perform the different action modes on the table? We will see these two action modes which will be used in the next session. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Did you practice?
Yes,
Yes.
bit.
Yes.
You have done your practice?
Your mind done. I have one class pending, which is done on Friday. That I need to practice till Thursday.
Yeah.
I completed. Yes.
And what about Kiran?
Yeah, mine, the Fridays one is missing. Missing as in I've added this dynamic variables, random generated regex and all. But for the password generation, I need to work. So rest
Okay.
other is completed from my side.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah,
So
related
do
to
well.
buffer and all that, it's pending.
Mm. So just practice well, Kiran and Rajesh. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I will see. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
just by heart, random expressions. Okay, it is very important if they ask in interview, right? What is the random express? I mean, they will ask random regex, random text, random numbers. So they will ask. I mean, you should write in chat box, right? Just do practice well, and I'll see you in next sessions. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Bye. Take care. Have a good day.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.